Hello students, welcome to today's class. Today we will discuss sedimentation and decantation, evaporation, condensation and saturated solution. This is your science teacher Sushmita Nath and we are doing the chapter Separation of Substances. Sedimentation and decantation. Sedimentation is the process of settling down of solid particles in a liquid, and after it settles down we can pour the upper layer of the liquid in a separate container, and this process of separating a liquid from the sediments is called decantation. For example, we can separate the mixture of sand or mud and water by the process of sedimentation and decantation. You might have noticed when it rains, pond water, river water becomes very dirty, and after a few hours you see it becomes clear. So how it becomes clear? It becomes clear because the sand particles, the mud particles, they settle down by the process of sedimentation. During this process, the mixture is allowed to stand to rest for some time without any disturbance, and then the heavier impurities settle at the bottom, and the lighter part, which forms the upper layer, is slowly transferred to a different container. Like, see this picture. Here the particles in the left container, you can see they are suspended, they are floating in water, and then when they are allowed to rest for some time, in the right side container you can see the heavier particles have settled down. That means sedimentation has happened here. Now what we can do? We can go for decantation, and see how we can do decantation. We slowly pour the upper layer in a separate container, and so the lower sediments, they remain in the previous container, and thus we separate these mixtures. Look at this picture, a very common picture which you must have seen in your home or somewhere in roadside tea stall, etc. So what exactly is happening here? What do you see here? What is this? This is nothing but water vapor. So this is evaporation, and what is happening here? Here the water vapor are cooling and changing into water again. This is called condensation. Evaporation and condensation are also two techniques of separation of mixtures. Let us understand these one by one. Let us start with evaporation. Evaporation is the process of conversion of a liquid into its vapor. For example, you may have noticed when your mother boils water or makes tea, some gas, some steam comes out of that water. The steam is nothing but water vapor. That is, water is changing into gaseous form because of heating. This method can be used as a very good technique of separation of substances. For example, to separate salt from seawater, this evaporation technique is used. On the seashore, water is allowed to get collected in big lagoons, and these are left like that for many months. Now what happens? Slowly this water from lagoons get evaporated by the sun's heat, and salts get separated and they remain in the lagoon as solid particles, and then they are further purified. You can see these pictures where you can see heaps of salts which are being collected by people. Now let us understand condensation. Condensation is the process of change of water vapor into water on cooling. See this picture, and you all may identify it very easily. You must have noticed, especially when we put on the AC or when it is winters, you can see such a scenario in the windows, isn't it? Do you know what it is? It is the condensed form of water vapor. That is, water vapor, when they cool, they again change into water. And these two phenomena of evaporation and condensation always happen in nature, and that is why the amount of water is maintained on earth by the process called water cycle, which you have already studied in your junior classes. Children, have you ever tried to dissolve salt in water or say sugar in water? I think you all must have done this or at least seen your mother doing this, isn't it? Can you guess how much salt can be dissolved in a glass full of water? I think it's not easy to guess. We'll have to do this and understand. So what you can do is you take a glass full of water and start dissolving salt in it one by one, full of teaspoon, and you do it until you start seeing some salt particles remaining undissolved in it. You don't believe me? You can do and see. A point will come when no more salt can be dissolved in that given amount of water. It will stop dissolving any more water. This point is called the saturation point, and such a solution is called saturated solution. That is a solution in which no more substance can be dissolved in it. Now suppose you want to dissolve more of salt in it. What can you do? You can still dissolve. What you can do is simply heat it up. The moment you heat that solution, you will see more of salt can be dissolved in it. But again, on cooling, this extra salt which was dissolved by raising the temperature by heating that solution, this extra salt will again reappear. Isn't it interesting? You can do this at home under the guidance of your parents, and you yourself can observe this. I'm sure you have understood the topics we have discussed. Now here is a small practice session. Solve these questions so that you become sure that you have learned these topics. If you liked my video, kindly like, share and subscribe.